Shantae and the Pirate's Curse is an easy game to appreciate. Its well-animated sprite-based style and exceptionally quirky characters create a world that's both playful and inviting. There's a strong sense of progress with upgrades that make it easier to traverse the hazardous locales while also enabling paths to new areas and secrets. Although Pirate's Curse originally came out on 3DS and then Wii U in 2014, it was just recently released on Switch in March, and it's more than worth making time for today. The story of Pirate's Curse is relatively straightforward. A sealed-away menace known as the Pirate Master is attempting to use dark magic to revive himself. In an effort to stop this, former genie Shantae forms a temporary alliance with her traditional adversary, the pirate Risky Boots. Together they travel to vastly different areas to destroy dens of evil that give the Pirate Master strength. Those familiar with the Shantae series will find plenty of worthwhile interactions with characters they're already familiar with, particularly the verbal scuffles between Shantae and Risky. But Pirate's Curse is also a fine starting place for newcomers as well. The narrative never gets too wrapped up in itself and explains things clearly enough that it's easy to pick up what's going on. One of the most enjoyable aspects of the game is simply how vibrant the world is. You'll travel to an island that has trees with pink leaves, where mermaids pop out of the ground and shoot bubbles from tridents. There's a desert temple with large armored guards, as well as the gloomy Mudbog Island, where gooey monsters swarm the player at every opportunity. Such a sense of life carries over to Shantae herself, who energetically bops back and forth in place, and she'll even play with her hair if you leave her alone for a few seconds. As players push on through the game, they'll slowly uncover pirate items that dramatically affect how Shantae can approach combat and movement. The pistol provides a good bit of range, quite useful considering Shantae's other main weapon is just whipping her hair at enemies. An oversized hat lets Shantae fly in the air, while special boots allow her to charge forward at great speed, not unlike the speed booster in Metroid. Entire levels are shaped around the newest abilities, pressing you to learn the ins and outs of how they work. The same is true of the boss fights that often demand creative applications of the latest tools in order to defeat them. You'll also need these tools to get hidden health upgrades and to find all 20 twisted cacklebats, which must be defeated in order to get the best ending. You'll constantly return to the starting town to buy items, increase health, and improve Shantae's weaponry, and even here, your new upgrades will lead to finding secrets that have been tucked away. It all goes a long way in making these places feel like part of a connected world, rather than strung together levels that are expendable the second you get through them. The notion is further reinforced by characters found throughout the different locations. At certain points, you may need someone for one reason or another to move ahead in the story, even if that means leaving the area you're currently in and returning to an earlier spot. These interactions are among the most humorous in the game and really help instill its distinct style. The problem with these interactions, and arguably the game's biggest fault, is that they can be a little obtuse. It occasionally feels like the game wants you to return to somewhere in particular, but doesn't always make it very clear where that place is. Other characters do offer hints, but even so, you may find yourself needing to pull up a walkthrough just to continue the story. These situations halt the otherwise great flow of the game. Thankfully, such moments don't happen too frequently. Shantae and the Pirate's Curse is by and large an entertaining action platformer from beginning to end. There's a tremendous amount of variety throughout its roughly 9-hour duration, a length that feels perfectly appropriate. No one segment goes on longer than it needs to, whether that's the 10th stealth section of Tan Line Temple or climbing into the sky on Frostbite Island. Shantae herself is an especially spirited and optimistic character, a perfect fit for the lovable game itself.
Pirate Flare activated!